California rapper EBK JBO was arrested in Arkansas on felony charges linked to drugs and illegal firearms. And within hours, his entire future started collapsing because this wasn't just another traffic stop. This was the moment authorities say everything caught up at once. The guns, the drugs, the evidence surrounding him. And what makes this situation even heavier is that this arrest didn't exist in isolation, because in the background, there was already another case, something darker, something investigators were already watching long before that highway in Arkansas. EBK JBO, real name Jontmani Gorman, is 21 years old. He had previously been released from prison earlier that same year after serving time for illegal gun possession. He was reportedly scheduled for major tour appearances before this arrest. His career was building momentum, more visibility, more opportunities. Everything appeared to be lining up until one traffic stop changed the entire conversation.
Stockton rapper is now behind bars in Arkansas on felony charges. 21-year-old Jontmani Gorman, also known as EBK Jaaybo, he was arrested Sunday on drug and weapons charges after being released from prison back in March. He was serving a year for illegal gun possession. The rapper was set to go on tour this fall as part of the NBA Young Boys American Stadium Tour. Gorman is being held in Pope County, Arkansas.
May 18th, 2025. Interstate 40 in Arkansas. Officers pulled over a vehicle tied to EBK JBO. What started as a routine stop quickly became something else entirely. Inside the vehicle, authorities found marijuana, pills, cash, and a firearm. But it was the firearm that immediately drew attention. A Glock-style pistol allegedly equipped with a switch device. That one detail took this situation from a standard traffic stop to a federal-level conversation, because a switch converts a semi-automatic weapon into an automatic one. And that discovery meant investigators were no longer asking routine questions.
Hold on, what is that? The government contract. Okay. My driver's license. Do y'all have any idea on y'all? They don't have it. There you go. So y'all don't have nothing? What's the issue? Okay, I'll tell you. Vehicle codes. I didn't do anything. My car is registered. I have my rental agreement. Okay, well just come out here. I'll let you know. Absolutely.
Officers moved into a full vehicle search, and this is where the situation became significantly more serious, because what was recovered during that search wasn't just about what was visible at the surface. Investigators were now looking at the full picture of what was inside that vehicle, and everything they found added another layer to an already complicated situation.
And just stand right beside my passenger side window. Absolutely. What's on my passenger side window? Y'all step out for me. Step out.
Y'all ain't even asking my name.
Just stand over there.
Oh, I said you smell the weed at the car.
Step out. Yeah, that's fine.
The Glock-style firearm was recovered and examined. Modifications consistent with a switch device were identified. That single discovery shifted the entire focus of the stop, because now this was no longer just about drugs or cash. This was about a weapon that allegedly had been illegally modified, and that changes the legal conversation completely, both in terms of charges and in terms of what investigators start looking for next.
Let me know if you find anything else.
Hey, there is a gun back here.
Is it?
Hey, let's put him in house.
Occupants inside the vehicle questioned officers as the search continued, and the body cam footage captured something important. The moment when everyone at that scene realized this stop was not ending quickly. Not because anyone was being dramatic, but because the evidence being documented was serious enough to keep investigators working.
Why they put me in the car? Why they put me in the car? Ask them. But where are we even at, bro? What city is this? Hey, what city is this? Arkansas. From Arkansas? Yeah. Yo, what the fuck? I'm at... But what are they talking about, brother?
They said there was a theft. a firearm in the car.
So we all going? How the fuck did they just search that car, brother? How did you just let him do that, brother?
I didn't let him do anything. Weed was illegal in Arkansas. They said he smoked.
By the time officers finished processing the scene, EBK JBO was in custody. Felony charges, drug possession, illegal firearms, and a modified weapon that would become the centerpiece of the case against him. For someone who had just gotten out of prison on a prior gun charge, the timing and the circumstances made this situation significantly worse, because prosecutors don't look at a second weapons arrest in isolation. They look at the pattern, and the pattern here was hard to ignore. Local officials addressed the broader enforcement pressure across the region, and at that point, the conversation expanded beyond EBK JBO specifically, because the arrests and investigations happening around him were part of a larger pattern that authorities had been monitoring for months. Now, here is the part of this story that existed long before the Arkansas arrest, and this is where the background becomes important, because EBK JBO's name had already been surfacing in a much darker conversation: a mass shooting in Stockton, a birthday gathering at a venue in North Stockton. Approximately 100 people present, families, friends, children, gathered to celebrate a toddler's birthday. Then gunmen dressed in dark clothing allegedly entered the venue, and within seconds, 17 people were shot. 4 of them lost their lives. Among the dead, children aged 8, 9, and 14, and a 21-year-old man.
After the smoke cleared, as the police and rescue personnel flooded the scene, they would find that 17 people were shot, including kids and adults, and most tragically, 4 of them would end up succumbing to their injuries, including 3 children aged 8, 9, and 14, along with a 21-year-old man.
Advising 12 people have been shot.
We're doing CPR on one possible 12-year-old.
We have a 9-year-old that was shot.
We are following breaking news out of Stockton, where just a few hours ago, a mass shooting at a child's birthday party left 4 people dead.
Witnesses described multiple waves of gunfire, not a single burst, multiple waves, the kind of shooting that tells investigators this was not random, this was deliberate. And after that shooting, authorities began examining relationships, associations, connections, groups, and within those broader investigations, EBK JBO's name began appearing in conversations surrounding individuals and environments that investigators were already watching, not as a confirmed suspect, but as a name inside a much larger picture.
There was 3 sets of gunfire. The first set, there was a lot of rounds. I'm not sure exactly how many, and then they sounded kind of fireworky, and so I wasn't really too concerned about it. But then the next 2 sets came.
That context is exactly why the Arkansas arrest attracted the level of attention it did. By the time that traffic stop happened, there were already people paying close attention to everyone connected to that circle. The modified weapon, the prior gun charge, the name appearing in a mass shooting investigation, all of it landing at the same time. Then came something that surprised a lot of people following the case. A jail call surfaced online. EBK JBO, sitting behind bars, still rapping, still active, still finding a way to get his voice onto the internet. For some people, that clip was inspiring. For others, it raised questions, because while investigators were building a case around him, he was moving like the situation wasn't serious. And whether that confidence was justified or not, only time will tell.
Don't eat that, can't get beautiful and it's looking ugly. There's some baggage coming with that view on that you cook it funny. I'm at the GM, fella victim because I look love. When my time expired, put the section on and push it button. If she gets funky, I just pray you move accordingly. Got some niggas not waking up, so I don't sleep. Lead by example, when you start to let your brother eat, niggas would rather pray you feel to show some loyalty.
At the end of all this, here is what this situation actually represents. EBK JBO was 21 years old with real momentum behind him, tour dates scheduled, a fan base growing, a career that appeared to be moving in the right direction. And then in one traffic stop, on one highway, in one state far from home, all of that momentum stopped. Because when you have a prior gun conviction and you get stopped with a modified weapon, the legal system does not give you the benefit of the doubt. And when your name is already appearing in conversations around a mass shooting investigation, every new piece of evidence gets examined through a much more serious lens. The streets remember everything, and so do investigators. And right now, EBK JBO is sitting behind bars while both of those things are true at the same time. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think EBK JBO's career can survive this? And how much of what happened in Arkansas was connected to everything that came before it? Because one thing is certain, this story is not over, and the next chapter will reveal a lot about where things are actually headed.